Have you ever thought about how the wisdom of the past can guide us in the present? Let's start with a verse from Proverbs 28. The righteous are as bold as a lion. Now, isn't that a powerful image? A lion, bold and fearless, standing tall in the face of adversity. And that's exactly how we should be when it comes to defending righteousness and justice. In the world we live in today, this could mean standing up against discrimination, speaking out when we witness injustice, or even voicing our views when they go against popular opinion. It's about having the courage to uphold our values, even when it's not easy or popular to do so. It's about being bold, not just for ourselves, but for those who cannot stand up for themselves. In essence, this verse encourages us not to shy away from defending what's right, even if it's daunting. Moving forward, let's consider this verse. He who keeps the law is a discerning son, but a companion of gluttons shames his father. This proverb underscores the value of responsibility and the importance of adhering to rules. In the grand tapestry of life, rules serve as guiding threads, helping us navigate the complexities and challenges of everyday living. In today's context, this can be interpreted as following laws and regulations, whether they be traffic rules, tax laws, or simply the rules set in our homes and workplaces. These rules, while sometimes perceived as restrictions, are in place to ensure order, safety, and the overall betterment of society. When we respect and follow these rules, we demonstrate discernment and responsibility, qualities that reflect positively on ourselves and our families. Conversely, disregard for rules can lead to chaos and dishonor. So remember, being mindful and responsible not only benefits us, but also reflects positively on our families and communities. Next, we delve into a verse about financial fairness. Whoever increases wealth by taking interest or profit from the poor amasses it for another, who will be kind to the poor. This verse from Proverbs 28 verse 8 highlights the importance of fairness and compassion in our financial dealings. It's a powerful reminder that exploiting those less fortunate for financial gain is not only unethical, but also unwise. In our modern world, this wisdom resonates deeply. We see concerns about income inequality and corporate responsibility making headlines. This verse challenges us to think about our own financial practices. Are we treating others fairly and kindly? Are we using our wealth to uplift those less fortunate, or are we contributing to their hardship? These questions urge us to consider how our financial decisions impact not only our own lives, but also the lives of others. This verse, therefore, calls for fairness in our financial dealings, urging us to be kind and compassionate. Now, let's reflect on a verse that highlights compassion. He who closes his ear to the cry of the poor will himself call out and not be answered. In other words, it's a call to be responsive to the needs of others, especially those less fortunate. In our modern society, issues like poverty and homelessness are pervasive. These are not distant problems, but realities that our neighbors, friends, or even family members may be facing. It's easy to ignore these issues, to close our ears and hearts, especially when we are comfortable in our own lives. However, this verse urges us to resist that complacent comfort. It invites us to actively listen, to respond, and to extend our hand in support. Whether it's through volunteering, donating, or simply acknowledging and empathizing with their struggles, every effort matters. So, this verse reminds us to not turn a deaf ear to those in need, as we might find ourselves in their shoes one day. Next, we explore a verse about the repercussions of our actions. He who sows injustice will reap calamity, and the rod of his fury will fail. This powerful proverb serves as a timeless reminder that actions have consequences. It's a universal truth that wrongdoing, such as corruption and crime, brings about negative results. It's like planting seeds of injustice, and instead of a fruitful harvest, one reaps a storm of calamity. Moreover, the rod of fury, which can be seen as a symbol of oppressive power, will inevitably fail. This is a powerful lesson for us today. In a world where corruption and crime may seem to offer a quick path to success, this verse reminds us that such paths often lead to ruin. It encourages us to act with integrity, fairness, and respect for others. Therefore, this verse warns us that sowing seeds of injustice will only lead to disaster. Moving on, we have a verse about owning up to our mistakes. Whoever conceals his transgressions will not prosper, but he who confesses and forsakes them will obtain mercy. This wisdom from Proverbs 28, verse 13, speaks volumes about the importance of admission and seeking forgiveness. In our contemporary context, this verse echoes the concept of accountability. We all make mistakes, it's an inevitable part of being human. However, it's what we do after realizing our mistakes that truly defines us. Concealing our wrongs does not lead to prosperity, it only fosters guilt and dishonesty. But when we confess, when we own up to our failures, we foster an environment of trust and understanding. We open the door to mercy and reconciliation, and that's where true prosperity resides. In summary, this verse stresses on the importance of honesty and seeking forgiveness when we've done wrong. Finally, let's look at a verse on humility. A man's pride will bring him low, but he who is lowly in spirit will obtain honor. This profound verse warns us of the pitfalls of arrogance. In an age where self-promotion is often the norm, it's easy to lose sight of the value of humility. Yet, humility is not about diminishing ourselves. Rather, it's about recognizing our own limitations and maintaining a receptive and respectful attitude towards others. It's about understanding that we are all part of a larger whole, and that every individual has something valuable to contribute. Arrogance, on the other hand, can blind us to our faults and prevent us from learning and growing. It can isolate us, as it often pushes others away, but humility, it draws people in, it fosters connection, understanding, and mutual respect. So the final takeaway is that humility, not arrogance, is the path to honor and respect.